Hello, everyone. Welcome to this video tutorial on how to update Dynamics GP tax tables. My name is Elaine Christie, and I'll be presenting today. Let's get started. For the agenda, we're going to go over a few things here. What can tax tables do? What do they not do? What you'll need, the methods for updating tax tables, and then we'll go into a demo. So what do the tax table updates do? Well, basically, they download the most recent tax rates, limits, and maximums for federal, Social Security, Medicare, and state taxes. There are multiple rounds of updates that are released each year, and the number of updates vary per year. Updates are system-wide and affect all GP companies, so it doesn't matter if you are logged in and applying the updates in the Fabricam test company, it will update all GP companies for that instance of GP. So you're going to update everything because it's under the system menu. The tax table updates are inclusive of all previous tax table updates, and tax tables can be rolled back. There is a manual method for doing this. It's not automatic, but if you realize that you downloaded a tax table incorrectly, you can roll it back to a previous tax table if you need to. What tax table updates don't do? So what they don't do is update local taxes. Those are not included. You'll need to get that information from your local government or your area and update that information manually. It also does not update employer-specific FUTA and SUTA rates. Those are typically mailed or emailed to employers based on their employer-specific rate. So those are not sent out by Microsoft. And they are only provided for supported versions of Dynamics GP. In November of 2019, that means GP 2015 or higher. If you have an earlier version of GP that is no longer supported, one, we recommend that you upgrade, but two, if you really just need those tax table updates, we have a workaround that will allow you to get through it for GP 10, 2010, and 2013. But you'll usually need to work with your partner in order to do that. All right, so there's two methods for downloading or updating your tax tables, an automatic method and a manual method. The automatic method is the fastest, and it's what we typically see used the most. What it does is it just grabs whatever the most recent tax table that was released by Microsoft, whatever that was, it's going to go out and grab it. So you'll always get the latest update, which is pretty good most of the year, but you really have to use a lot of caution in December. The January tax tables for the new payroll year are released mid-December. So if it is late December and you are preparing your W-2s, you may need to double check and verify that you don't download tax tables incorrectly, because you might grab January's tax tables if you use the automatic method. So January through about November, you're fine, but just watch out for December that you don't grab the next year's tax tables. One of the pieces of the automatic update is that it works best if you have local admin rights on the workstation that you're applying from. If you don't, I see there's a lot of errors that you get, and you have to force quit GP in the tax table download tool. It's not that big of a deal. We just need to log in as a local administrator so it can go out to Microsoft site and grab those new tables. And you need to have your Microsoft authorization number. If you don't know what this is, you can contact your GP partner and they can get on Partner Source and find out what that is for you. But you do need that authorization number. For the manual method, there's a few more steps involved, but it's really not too difficult overall. The biggest benefit to the manual method is it allows you to choose which tax tables you need to apply. So if it was late December and you accidentally downloaded January's tax tables and closed the year with the incorrect rates, this allows you to roll back and apply the tables that you specifically want. Your last tax tables for the year, it will allow you to pick and choose which tables to apply. Now you have to go out and find those tables, and so you have to get that download from Customer Source. You'll need a Customer Source login or You'll need to get that information from your partner, but you can pick and choose which tables you want to apply. So what you'll need to use either one of these methods is your local admin rights, your SA password, your GP system password, your Microsoft authorization number, and you'll need to make sure that there are no payrolls in process. You can still have users in the system, but you just don't want to be processing any payrolls because it will get very confused if you switched rates mid-payroll. All right, so let's go into a demonstration of the automatic method. So the first thing that I would suggest is taking a backup of your Dynamics and GP databases. The tax table updates are in the Dynamics database specifically, but I like to just take a backup, make sure I've got everything the way I want it before doing my tax table update. I'm going to pretend like I've already taken a backup. So now I'm going to log into GP. And again, because I'm using the automatic method, I'm going to run as administrator so you don't get any errors. When you do your tax table updates, you need to be logged in as the SA. Power user access is not sufficient. So make sure you've got your SA password. And then again, because this is going to be done in the system menu, it doesn't matter if you're logged in Fabricam or a sample company, those tables are going to be applied system-wide. So pick and choose whatever company you want. I'm going to update it. So I'm in Fabricam, and I want to show you first what sort of tables I'm looking at right now so we can verify that they were applied correctly. So first, I'm going to check and see what I've got so far. So because I'm going into the system menu, again, my system password and anything I do in here affects all companies. Get this password in. So I am behind. I am going to, for the purposes of this demo, try to get the latest 2019 tables. And obviously I am very out of date here, showing 8/11/17. So I need something more current than 2 years ago. So to do that, I'm going to come up here to Microsoft Dynamics GP, down to Maintenance, US Payroll Updates, and Check for Tax Updates. And here you'll see that I've got two versions or two methods available for entering or downloading those tax tables. Use the automatic number or automatic and click Next. And now it's going to ask for that authorization number. Again, if you don't know what this is, contact your GP partner and they will be able to get this for you. So a quick tip in here is a lot of people click in this cell or in this field here and start typing in their number. And if you do that, it doesn't start typing, or it has links in front of it. So make sure that when if you do click in here, that you're all the way to the left so that you don't get any extra characters in there. So type in your authorization number and then just click log in. So this method again is going to go grab whatever the most recent tax table was, and that tax table is inclusive of all the other ones that happened this year. So I'm aiming for the 2019 round 4 tax table update. Once it's done, it's going to say that the tax updates have been applied successfully, and you just click finish. And so let's go verify that was done correctly. So I'm going to go back to Tools, Setup, System, Payroll Tax, and I can see in here that I now have the correct date. So the round 4 for 2019 was released on September 27th of 2019. So that's a much better date in here than 2017. So I know that my tax tables are complete. All right, so now we will switch back over and do our demo of the manual method. The first thing that you want to do is download your tax tables for the version or whatever tax tables that you want from the customer source website, or get those from your partner. That's the first step, is just getting that download. Once you have that, and that download is called a tx.cab. So it's the tx.cab, regardless of what version of GP you have or which update uh, or release that has happened that year. All files are always called tx.cab. So make sure that you've got the right one and that you're not confusing it with any other tax table update. So once you've downloaded that tax table update, you're going to place that in your GP code folder. So I'm going to open up a GP code folder. Here it is. And I'm going to place this cabinet file in this folder somewhere. And so this is under default location of C Program Files 86, Microsoft Dynamics GP, or my version of GP. Once that's in there, I can now launch GP. Okay. Then I'll just show you again that I am still at that 2017 table. This is what I want to get updated, but I'm going to use the manual method. So I'm going to come over here, maintenance, payroll updates, check for tax updates. Instead of using automatic, I choose manual and click next. And it's going to say, where did you save that file? Where did you save that tx.cab file? And you want to make sure it's pointed to your default Dynamics GP code folder. Go ahead and click process. So it's going to open up that file and extract the data out of there and apply it. Okay, so similar to before, it says that the tax updates have been applied successfully. We can click finish. And we should be able to see now that my date is 2019. So with the manual method, you can choose that. All right. So now we are at the end, and that is how to download the payroll tax tables in Dynamics GP, both manually and using the automatic method. If you have any questions or want to learn more about various GP year-end resources, you can visit us at arctic.com/GP year-end and find other videos and helpful hints there about how to get through year-end in Microsoft